Welcome in everybody to a brand new video. We are still deep down in the pits. We're in the 2300s trying to push our way out of this absolutely disastrous position. And I found a really cool team that I think just might do the trick. This one Pokemon was talked about quite a bit when the season started, but I haven't seen it feature on that many teams, and that is going to be Furret. We're going to have Furret lead with Sucker Punch, Swift, and Trailblaze, Cradily, and Shadow Drapion. So a little bit of something old and a couple of something news that I think is going to be very good for our ELO. I came across this team because I paired up against a trainer named Rice something, like Rice Pilaf or Rice Enjoyer or Rice Preparer. I don't even know what their name was, but I realized this team was actually very, very solid. So shout out to you, Rice. The team is actually named after you in my account. Let's jump right into game number one here. We're going to lead our Furret like we talked about, and we're going to lead it into a Talonflame. We actually have a few different ways to hit this Pokemon. We have our Rock Tomb on Cradily. We also have our Aqua Tail on Shadow Drapion. We can do a lot of super effective damage across the board. What you see there, though, is that I do the 2 Sucker Punches before switching, which actually puts me a little bit behind with my Cradily. And right here, I could have easily thrown the Rock Tomb to get the shield back, but instead I hold my energy. So a couple of kind of kinks that I'm working out as I learn this team. This is a really fun set though. I believe we went 4-1, and I did continue to play this team, and I got 2 more positive sets as well. So I think there might be something to the Furret here. Gonna throw another Rock Tomb into the opposing Cradily. This is actually a purified Cradily, which I doubt it's rocking return, but I guess there's always a chance. We see the grass not there, and that basically confirms that that's not what we're going to get. Opponent does get to another charge attack here. I only have 1 shield remaining, and so far I'm kind of like jumping around, moving the pieces a little bit, trying to figure out how this team actually works. Opponent comes in with Superior, and Superior is about to be surprised at how much damage my Furret actually does. Swift comes through, debuffed or not, that's meaningful damage. That's about like 17% worth of HP. Then we get off another one right away, which actually takes the Superior down to the yellow, and we're closing in on a 3rd one. So if they throw an Aerial Ace here, which is not enough to KO, we will likely get to another one, and they do throw the Aerial Ace. We're gonna go ahead and swap now into the Drapion and try to get a little bit of an energy lead. Obviously, we're gonna resist all the Frenzy Plants here because we are a poison type Pokemon, but it still does a lot of damage. Opponent opts for the Aerial Ace and then tries to catch on Cradily, but fails. Coming out with the Talonflame, gonna throw 2 Poison Stings into the Aqua Tail against the Fire and Flying type. Does peel away the first shield. Gonna go for another one here against the Talonflame, and I am taking shields. I am putting a lot of pressure on this Pokemon, but it is also closing in on this next charge attack. I'm gonna go ahead and shield here because I know I can get to 1 more Aqua Tail against this Pokemon, which is gonna put it really, really low. Opponent does throw the Flame Charge, and that allows me actually to switch into Cradily. Opponent might have lost a little count of the energy there, and I'm able to land that Rock Tomb. Opponent comes in with Superior, and this honestly is not great. A little bit of a messy end here, if I'm being candid, but we're able to bring in our Shadow Drapion into Superior. A little Marcus Aurelius special here to get the KO against this grass type Pokemon. So that was a very GG's in game number 1, even though it was a little bit awkward, a little bit unorthodox at times. I do like how this team can switch, it can pivot, it can move around. There's a lot of flexibility with this trio. The one thing you don't want to see though, I'm going to tell you straight up, is Annihilate. Annihilate runs through this team, and it's not even fair. We're going to see a Cladoll lead. Opponent actually safe swaps into the Blastoise. I'm going to gather a little bit more energy and then go into Cradily. Cradily going to take on this Blastoise now. I think it could have been an Ice Beam, so I'm going to shield because I don't want to get hit with all that damage, but I'm going to throw the Grass Knot as soon as my opponent finishes their next Hydro Cannon, which shouldn't do too much damage, right? Gonna throw the Grass Knot here into the Blastoise. The guy that made all that noise is on a moped, and he looked over at me. He was like, it's like, all right, bro. I'm gonna throw the Rock Tomb into the Cradily. I do pick up the shield because the opponent was expecting the Grass Knot there, which is really working out well for us. They throw a Rock Tomb. It is enough to KO. I come in now with the Furret. They swap into their Galarian Weezing, and you see so many Galarian Weezings with Sludge and Brutal Swing. Very, very few are packing the Play Rough or the Overheat, so we're really not that concerned as the Drapion player here, although we are taking damage over time from these Fairy Winds. Gonna throw the first Aqua Tail here and look for the second one almost immediately, and we do get both of them off. Opponent did get a Fairy Wind through. Of course, they do take that damage on the chin. I'm closing in on another one. Opponent realizes it as well. Get a no shield here. If this is a Brutal Swing, we actually hang on. Oh, and it is! Oh my gosh, they threw it, but they swap into the Cladoll. So my opponent also making a lot of switches, a lot of pivots. This is a really, really fun game. Coming in now with the Furret. I'm gonna go up for 2 Sucker Punches. My timing is improving, you guys, I'm telling you. Took a turn to come in, I threw 2 Sucker Punches. I'm getting there, I'm getting there. Opponent actually top lefts out of that game because they realize they have too little and it's too late to win that battle. Next battle, we're gonna go ahead and lead into Guzzlord. I'm just gonna be candid with everyone watching. I've really struggled to not just play Guzzlord this entire season because it's so good, you guys, it's so good. It just bullies all the other dark types and it's such a powerful Pokemon. In the neutral matchups are just overwhelming. And then there's very few ice types in the meta, so yeah. If I could have my way and I wasn't making content, I would just play Guzzlord all the time, but I want to show you some variety, some fun teams. So here we are playing Furret on the channel. I'm going to get this Guzzlord really weak, and now that it's this deep into the red, I actually feel confident in my ability to come in with the Shadow Drapion and Poison Sting all the way down, which we are able to do. Disgusting, disgusting farm down. Coming out with the Cradily, gonna throw 1 single Poison Sting and then the Crunch into this grass type Pokemon. It does pull that first shield from my opponent. And I'm able to get to another Crunch as well because they needed 4 Bullet Seeds, right, for the first Rock Tomb, which allows me to pace to the second Crunch. Defense does drop, which is really good. I've got 2 shields to boot. So I'm starting to think about how I want to play this out, how long I want to stay in with the Drapion. Opponent actually switches into Lapras and makes the decision for me. It's going to take about 12 turns for the Sparkling Aria. So I'm able to throw the Rock Tomb because I believe my opponent is going over a little bit. I think they want to get to the Ice Beam, but either way, maybe they realize they can't get the job done in time. They top left as well. 2361, of course, like I led in the intro, we are continuing our ascent out of the pits. Hopefully we can Christian Bale this thing, right? We're gonna see a Talonflame lead. I go for 2 more Sucker Punches, and after this game, I did change my strategy to just throwing 1 Sucker Punch for 2 turns, and then switching and throwing the Bullet Seed in order to not get too far behind on energy. But whenever a Talonflame stays in, you can absolutely get the shields back because the Rock Tomb is just that punishing. Now they switch into Gator, and oh my goodness, if this is a Grass Knot, this will likely KO, right? Opponent no shields, what a call by them. Oh, I do get a free Bullet Seed though, which is really nice. At this juncture, oh yeah, especially since they threw Ice Beam, I know that I can Bullet Seed down. So we go for the full Bullet Seed down there on the Feraligatr. Opponent comes back in the Talonflame. This tells me they are out of options, which is really good for us, really bad for them. Rock Tomb does pick up that final shield. I switch into the Furret to soak the charge attack from the Talonflame here, and it will be the Fly. Oh, in comes Morpeko. Okay. So this Pokemon is also a little bit tricky for this team. I would say that the Cradily does afford you some options, but Swift, look at how much damage Swift does, you guys. It's insane. If this Pokemon throws the Psychic Fangs, this is not going to KO, but they throw the Aura Wheel, pick up the knockout. I think I'm only 1 Bullet Seed away. Yes, only 1 Bullet Seed away on Cradily, so I'm able to come in and throw this immediately. I just need to neutralize this Pokemon, and if I send in the Drapion right there, I do put myself in a tough position because the opponent will get to another charge attack. Gonna try to Poison Sting as many times as possible before throwing the Aqua Tail, but honestly, this game is getting pretty close, a lot closer than I thought it would be. This Talonflame is barely hanging on. The Fly might be enough here. Oh, but they throw the Brave Bird! And we're gonna get away with one here, everybody. We throw the triple Bullet Seeds and farm down the Talonflame. Honestly, wild turn of events, but it worked out. Next battle, Furret into Sandslash. Now this is a tough Pokemon for this team. I think I said this in the previous video as well. It is tough for the team I was using in the last video. It's tough for this team in particular though, you guys. I played this out later, and I'll give you a hint, right? This is gonna be really tough for us, but the way I played it differently that led to so much more success is I actually just went straight Trailblaze with the Furret, and I was able to boost my attack in the Sucker Punches and really chip down that Alolan Sandslash. Opponent comes in now with the Cradily, or excuse me, now with the Golisopod. I come in with the Shadow Drapion. Aqua Jet does so much damage though. I'm able to throw 4 more Poison Stings, and then the Crunch. This will KO if it does connect. And I do have a second one if they shield and they do not decide to shield. Sandslash and Golisopod so far. Coming back with the Sandslash, gonna throw a Crunch now. This is actually a likely shield situation, so maybe I should have thrown the Aqua Tail. Opponent does shield. I swap back into the Furret. And honestly, I think a Drill Run would KO me here, and Ice Punch would probably be very close. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw another Swift in this Pokemon, but again, I learned from my mistakes. You gotta Trailblaze here, even if it's really, really resisted by the Steel typing, you gotta try to go for it. Opponent comes in now with the Azumarill, and there might be a chance. This is actually a throwback core as well. Azumarill, Alolan Sandslash, definitely a very classic core. Seeing the Alolan Sandslash with Golisopod, it's actually pretty sick. Gonna throw the Trailblaze into the Azumarill, just pick up the shield. Going now into the Cradily. The challenge here is that if I stayed with Furret, I get bubbled down. If I swap into the Drapion, I might be able to force him to throw. Maybe that was the better play. But the situation I'm looking at is that an Ice Beam is likely going to connect, and then that Sandslash likely has an Ice Punch as well. So I don't know if there's a way to win this game. Maybe I should have come the Drapion, but still, it's really, really tricky. Opponent comes in with the Sandslash after throwing the Ice Beam into the Cradily. This is going to be a super effective Ice Punch. This is going to be enough. Bam! We get knocked out there by the Alolan Sandslash. Drapion comes in, and I lost track of the timing. Maybe you could argue if I catch there, I could bring the Drapion into the Azumarill after I KO the Sandslash. It would have been really, really close, really tight. But anyways, that was a solid 4-1 as well. We did get some positive ELO gains, and if you saw that there, our eagle-eyed viewers, you saw the charge TM, which is very, very nice. But yeah, everybody, another 4-1. We're climbing up to the 2400, so our ascent out of the pits has begun. Let's see if we can keep up the positive momentum. Appreciate you all, and I'll see you in the next one.